Hello and welcome to your mat, to your bolster, to your pillow, to your seat, to your bed, to wherever you're practicing today. My name's Tess and I'm so happy that you're here. We're going to be going through a meditation. So, about 10 minutes, I'll guide you through it. And as always in any meditation that I lead, please don't let posture be the barrier to you starting. Get comfortable. If today it's not looking like a freestanding seat, keeping your tall spine all on its own, if that's too much for your body, don't do it. Lay down. That's allowed. Wherever you find yourself, settle there. I'll be choosing an easy seat, and I'll shift the camera so you can have a nice view of the ocean and the sun silhouetting. Oh yeah. And start to close down the eyes. And you can make it a ritual, like a coming home to yourself. Like a hello. How's the weather on the inside? The physical, the emotional. Little scan. Maybe you're feeling like you're in a period of being really confident with self, knowing, trusting. And maybe it's a bit of the opposite. Feeling like you're floating, drifting a bit, unknown, overwhelmed. Maybe it's neither, somewhere in between. But wherever you find yourself, do just that. Find yourself. Have you ever sat with yourself and thought, wow, I know myself so much better than I did back then. You know, these mistakes that I'm making now, I'm reacting so much better than I would have had I made them 5-10 years ago. You continue experiencing life, and a little further down the road you stop yourself and you go, oh my gosh, I know myself so much better than I did back then. You know, yourself 5 to 10 years from now is going to react differently in situations than you do currently, right? It's all a continual unfolding, a watching the unlayering of yourself. Every time you think that you've reached the core, it's like there's another Russian doll figurine to unravel, to unstack. One more. And the truth is, there's really no bottom to reach. There is absolutely no point in time where you reach some point of self-realization and you go, yes, that's it. I know myself, got it. And that's because if we speak about it like the tantric philosophy of non-duality, that the microcosm is the macrocosm and vice versa, everything that we're made of, the universe is made of, and vice versa. To say that you can completely know yourself is also saying that you can completely know the universe, right? In like all of its expansiveness, all of the animals, the critters, the rocks, the formations, the elements, to fully know, understand, conceptualize, grasp 100% of it. Like you feel how overwhelming that is, right? And how impossible that is. You could know yourself 10,000 times deeper than you do right now, and you would still not reach the bottom. The relationship that you have with yourself is hands down the longest relationship that you will ever have. You are the only person who is with you 100% of the time from your first breath until your last. You are the only person who is with you 100% of the time, from your first breath until your last. So I highly, highly encourage you to cultivate a relationship of kindness, of curiosity, and of playfulness. Speak to yourself in the way that you would speak to your best friend, with warmth and honesty in your words. And when you mess up, which we all do, it's part of the Human Club membership package. You've got one, I've got one too. Don't scold yourself. Get curious about why you acted the way you did, and put the lesson in your pocket and continue on down the road. You make apologies if they're warranted, but don't dwell in the guilt for too long. It's not healthy. Everything in life is impermanent. And Mark Nepo reminds us that no avoidance or denial, no cause or excuse can keep the rawness of life from running through us. And while this may at times seem devastating, it's actually reassuring. Because while the impermanence of life, if fixed on, can be terrifying, leaving us preoccupied with death, the very same impermanence, if allowed its infinite frame, can soothe us with the understanding that even the deepest pain will pass. And one more time, Mark Nepo's words. No avoidance or denial, no cause or excuse can keep the rawness of life from running through us. While this may at times seem devastating, it's actually reassuring, because while the impermanence of life, if fixed on, can be terrifying, leaving us preoccupied with death, the very same impermanence, if allowed its infinite frame, can soothe us with the understanding that even the deepest pain will pass. If you're somebody who tends to go on that never-ending game chase the accomplishment, chase the task, chase the what's next, I'm so sorry to break it to you, but you never get there. Because even when you accomplish the goal or the thing or the task that you've set, you've just moved the post again, right? You've filled your horizon with more goalposts, with more things to be moving towards. Eckhart Tolle, in his famous book, The Power of Now, reminds us that you get there by realizing you are already there. Eckhart Tolle says, you get there by realizing you're already there. Because is this version of yourself in this moment not somebody who you were hoping that you would be at some point in time, whether that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 years ago? It's so easy for us to lose sight of what's happening right in front of us because we're always in perpetual motion. We're always reaching for what's in the future. But there's an art to being able to sit with what's happening in the now. The invitation is to be really, truly, and fully here. In your breath, in your body, and in your mind. Fill your lungs up with air like you're breathing the color gold into the shape of your whole body. Sip all the way up into the top, and then in a beautiful offering back out, let the air back into the atmosphere. Let your air sip smoothly through the nostrils, down into the lungs, and wave its way back out. We'll sit here in stillness for several rounds of breath. And as always, I promise to wake you up. And without changing anything about your posture, simply deepen the breath. Let your next inhale be a little bit deeper than the last. The exhales be complete. And you can keep the eyes closed. And you can definitely stay laying down on the back if that's where you chose to take your meditation. If you'd like to close practice in a seat, I invite you to meet us there. And I hope that off of your mat, your bolster, out of your bed, wherever today, you're able to carry with you stillness in your mind, a calmness in your words, and a lot of space in your heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you for practicing. I'll see you next time.